Welcome to American Graduate Day. I am Shannon Cagle, a producer here at WFYI, and right now I'd like to introduce our guests. They are Jeff Woods of the Expectation Project and Michael Durnil of the Simon Youth Foundation. And gentlemen, we're very glad that you could join us for AmGrad Day. We're happy you're here, and you have projects that specifically focus on dropout rates for teens. Tell me a little bit about your projects.
Great, we're so glad to be here, and it's a blessing to be here. Did you know that there are over 300,000 places to worship here in America, and also 50,000 struggling public schools that are trying to meet the needs of students? That's about a 6-to-1 ratio. Particularly here in Indianapolis, you have IPS, which is one of the largest school districts. Out of 11 school districts, it's the largest, but it's also the poorest, with about 84% of students coming from families that qualify for free and reduced lunch. The positive side to that is, with about 1,600 churches here in Indianapolis, there is a great opportunity for churches to get involved to meet the needs of students. Can you imagine if every church had one person that decided to partner with pastors and congregations to meet the needs of students? We could fix the academic achievement gap here in Indianapolis. So at the Expectations Project, we believe that early investments in early childhood education, high standards and expectations, quality teachers and leadership, and access to quality schools is and can be a huge difference for kids here in Indianapolis. So, but as a community and as an organization, we can't do it all by ourselves. So we need the help of the community, and the call to action is a hope for students, for communities to get involved in the lives of students to make sure that every child receives a high quality education. So I just encourage all the viewers to visit hopeforstudents.org. You can sign up, receive information and resources so that every child, regardless of race, color, zip code, they will receive a high quality education here in Indianapolis.
You think it's doable that way?
I think it is doable. I believe it's doable with congregations that are committed through faithful service and faithful advocacy. We could do it.
I think, like Jeff, we look at our role in the community. The Simon Youth Foundation was founded 18 years ago by mall managers at Simon who saw that kids were hanging out in the middle of the malls during the day, and when they asked those students, why are you here, their response was, because we feel like we don't fit anywhere else. So much like Jeff's project, we're looking at the community asset that we bring to the table, which is often space and a community center, and how do you leverage that to help that community? Every 29 seconds, a student drops out of high school somewhere in the United States. And that number is alarming as it relates to communities and the impact on that, because that student will earn $350,000 less in their lifetime than if they had completed that degree. So it's about economic environments in those communities and creating change in those communities by finding a place where kids fit, not one size doesn't fit all in education. And we're proud of our partnerships with our local public school districts across the country, and very excited about a project that we're opening here within the next month with IPS at Circle Center Mall.
Tell me a little bit about that. What are you doing there?
Yeah, it's been a great partnership with IPS. They have chosen through their career and technical education to focus on digital media and new media as a strategy to help students stay in school and find career opportunities. And so we will be opening about a 5,000 square foot space in the mall, which will become a school for IPS and a program that specifically is targeting kids who are at risk, giving them a career path and seeing them through to graduation. And then the foundation, we follow up with scholarships for our kids to see them go on to post-secondary education.
What is the primary outcome of these projects that we're talking about? What are you seeing as the benefit on the other side of this? I mean, it's easy to say graduation, but you were talking about income. Jeff, what do you see about what happens with these kids when they actually graduate?
Yeah, well, what we know that prayer does work. Mm-hmm. And we're proud to say that we have a partnership with IPS as well as the other townships across the Indianapolis. And about 2 weeks ago, we had a day of prayer, mm-hmm. where all the superintendents participated, came to two churches, Light of the World Christian Church and Eastern Star Church, and we prayed for students. We prayed for safety, but we prayed for outcomes. And at the end of the day, it's about these outcomes.
And Michael, how does the Simon Youth Foundation feel about these projects and what the outcome could be for these students?
We're very proud of our 90% graduation rate cumulative over our 18 years of experience with our 27 academies across the country. But I think graduation is still important in the United States. It's still a gateway for economic, family success, staying out of the different systems that students have to depend on if they're not successful. So when a student graduates, they are reaching a success point for them, and they're seeing that they can be successful and it can lead to greater success and change in a community.
Very good. We'd like to thank Jeff Woods and Mike Durnil for joining us today. And you can help. Just go to amgrad.wfyi.org or #AmGradIndy. And don't forget, we have lots more wonderful programming coming up about American Graduate today on WFYI.